Hello, I'm Gill, and welcome to the world's best self-defense techniques. We really hope you never have to use these techniques in any real situation. It's always better to avoid conflict, talk your way out of it, get away, run away, always avoid. Do not fight back unless absolutely necessary.
But it is something we need to be aware of, and there are ways to train yourself and to help us do that, I'm joined by world self-defence champion Gill, along with his student Rachel Spratt. Rachel, John, good morning to you.
Morning, Kieran.
I'd like you to take me through a scenario. I talked about choking. For instance, I'd like you to demonstrate on Rachel.
Okay, well, this is obviously the most serious situation you can probably be in. So the first reaction for Rachel, she's sitting back and blocking. So again, now if I got past that and actually got into here from here, again, she'd respond straight in. Again, or wave over the top.
Oh, sorry.
Over the top. The main thing is, obviously, we're not standing there for 10 rounds with them. We're just hitting and getting away to vulnerable areas like eyes, nose, throat, groin and knees, and then getting away from the situation as quickly as possible. But also emphasising, if we can, actually non-aggressive techniques is the best way of doing it, but in this situation it's pretty serious, so you might need to strike. So residential property potentially has all of the above. High capital growth, low risk, it's accessible, tax advantages. The Australian government, as I said before, we're one of the highest tax-paying countries in the world, but they have done us a favour with negative gearing and property investment. They've been very generous in that regard compared to all of other countries. It's amazing the tax benefits you can get from an investment property. It's actually really good.
Now, John, that looks like an instinctive response, but how long do you reckon it takes to get confident enough that when we see something coming, we throw that arm up? Second nature.
Well, as I said, 5 weeks. We had a girl that we did a 10-week course at school, and 5 weeks through that course, she was actually physically attacked, and got away from the situation quite easily.
Okay, so I may or may not think to do that. What about a verbal way? We've always been taught that you should, you should try and talk your way out, I guess, rather than using...
Definitely. Self-defense training does increase your confidence. If you're confident, you're less likely to be attacked in the first place.
Right.
But if you can, verbal de-escalation, talking your way out of it, trying to control the situation. Keep your ego out of it, like people at pubs trying to get in fights. Keep everything out of it. As far as your ego, just try and calm the situation down as quickly as possible.
By saying what sorts of stuff should we say?
Just say, well, it depends on the situation, but you just got to say, look, I've done nothing to you, leave me alone, let's keep it cool here. Try and keep a smile on your face, like, the pub situations, they bump into somebody or something. So I've got no problem with you. Back up a little bit, keep your hands up in case they do have a go at you, but try and walk away from the situation or run away from the serious situation as quickly as possible.
And that should always be our first response, right?
Right, definitely. We teach people how not to fight, how to avoid it. Of course, this stuff is if it's really serious. Here we are with Naomi Wood, a 3-time world champion. Naomi, can you tell us about your first event in the World Championships and what year that was?
My first...
Here we are with Dean Hinch. Dean, that was a tough fight. What got you through that one?
To be honest, it was...
Here we are with Ken Marchteller from the World Martial Arts Games. Ken, can you tell us about the history of the World Martial Arts Games and what brought you to Australia on this trip?
Sure. Well,